Hello and welcome to Space Money Talks. We're talking to Keith Churchouse, the founder of SaidSo.co.uk and Chapters Financial. Hello Keith.
Good morning to you.
Could you explain a little bit about your thinking behind founding SaidSo.co.uk, particularly as it's offering online advice and it seems to sit in this area of Robo-Advice?
Certainly, this is something that we've been working on for really a decade. I thought about this in 2006 and felt that the existing financial advice model could be doing more with the raising level of technology. And with SaidSo, we looked at it again in 2012/13 and realised that technology had moved on far away in advance of financial advice, and so we revisited the whole process and got down to a stage of adding in new tech to SaidSo.uk to offer a financial advice website.
Okay, and so would you say you're an early adopter and you've been through a bit of a journey trying to work out what works?
Yes, it's quite funny. In our main model, our main Chapters financial model, we're quite proud to be a late adopter, but as it transpires with SaidSo, we're very much an early adopter.
Okay, a lot of people would be interested to know how the two businesses fit together. Do they coordinate? Do you eventually think they will? How does that work?
We are very keen at this stage to keep the two entities entirely separate. We go to some length to make sure that they're kept separate, and the reason for that is because the ethos behind the online advice site is different to the main, more traditional site business that we run from Guildford. So as it stands at the moment, we're very keen to keep them separate, but as time moves on, as the public become more comfortable with Robo-Advice or Romo-Advice, as we like to call it, remote advice, then we can see that there will at some point be a crossover.
So you think maybe in 20 years, if someone's accumulated assets with one, they might then come to the other or is that something you're still thinking?
No, I mean, I would love to say I think it's 20 years away, but the way these systems are advancing so quickly, I actually think it's going to be quicker than that. I would see it in a decade.
A lot of people have discussed millennials actually and sort of how they behave differently. Is that something that you think you're tailoring your business around?
And that's what we've been concentrating on with SaidSo.co.uk, because effectively we see that there's a break point at the age of about 40, 42, 43, where there are those younger than that age who have always grown up with tech, and those above that age who have had to learn it. And the millennials do have an entirely different view on the way that they should go around business, and that's what SaidSo is trying to aim for.
Just one thing, a lot of providers are talking about or discussing how they're going to offer something that loosely called Robo-Advice. Do you think you're, as a smaller business but still a substantial one, do you think you're in competition with them?
Well, I mean, let's be perfectly bold about this. That SaidSo needs vast distribution. I think that there's going to be, by the time we finish, there's going to be 10 to 15 players who are all going to be fighting for what is going to be quite a vast market. So we're early into the game, we're an early adopter, and the reality is that our sole objective is subsequently to sell SaidSo up to a larger provider who can give it the distribution that it needs.
Thank you for talking to Space Money Talks today, Keith.
My pleasure.